my name is Gareth and welcome to Fat Pigeon Reviews. So, today we're taking a look at this little speaker, the Mission M70. We're looking at another speaker, because I do like speakers. In fact, I love them. I love them. Now this Mission M70, very small speaker. It's got a 4-inch bass mid-range driver on it. It's got a 25 inch? It's got a 25 mil. Yeah, it's a bit smaller than a 25 inch. The 25 mil silk dome tweeter. Place at the bottom here, that's like a Mission, standard sort of a Mission thing, especially in this generation. This is the M70 series. Now the M70 was the smallest speaker in that series. I think personally, this wasn't necessarily brought out for music. I think it's more of a surround sound system, part of a surround sound system. This was like probably the rear satellite speaker. So with me testing them for music, may have been a little bit unfair. I'm not too sure yet. Now, I really wanted to like this speaker because it's made in 2001. This speaker was, so it's 21 years old now. And again, I like the design of it. I don't mind the look of the Missions, and the tweeter at the bottom sometimes can sort of like hinder me a little bit. Now the rating of these for your music is 65 hertz up to 20,000 hertz. So they don't get low. I mean, they're tiny. They were never going to get low. But yeah, 65 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So they don't really hit the highs as high as I'd like. But if you've seen my other videos in the past, if you haven't, go check them out. I've got a few on there now, 30 odd videos. But if you have seen my videos in the past, then I do like my highs. I like my crispy highs. I've said it many times in the past. So these don't quite get there for me. So from the back of them, they've just got one set of binding posts. Plastic, you know, I'm not sure what price these were, because when I was checking, doing the information on 20-year-old speakers, it's always very difficult to find the correct sort of specs and stats for them. And I think they're about 88 decibels. So with the 8 ohms, the 88 decibels, and the speaker this size, any amp will drive them. They're absolutely fine. Like I say, with the 88 decibels, they're not massively low. They're not really high. So they're somewhere in the middle. Your 88, your 90 range is about somewhere in the middle. So most amplifiers will drive them, especially at the 8 ohms, you see. But like I say, just the one set of binding posts. So you can't buy a wire these. You can't buy amp them. But like I said, I don't mind the design of these. Sometimes the tweeter at the bottom, I mean, it shouldn't really affect me, and I don't really think it does that much, but it's just like in the back of my mind that the tweeter's down low. So when it's on my stands, I've got F500s, I've got the IsoFlare driver, so the tweeter's right in the middle of the actual main bass driver, and they're perfectly ear level. And because they're a smaller speaker, they sit lower anyway, and then the tweeter's at the bottom, I feel myself sort of like, you know, trying to sort of etch down a bit in my chair, trying to listen to them, to get the full range from that little tweeter at the bottom. But again, they only go to 20,000 hertz. They weren't really hitting any crispy highs for me. But like I said, the sound quality, they're just a bit, I mean, they're 2001, they're 20 years old. I think they only cost about £130 to £150 brand new. I'm not entirely sure. Again, you can get the specs on these, but trying to find the original price and the original advert takes some time, and I couldn't really find much. Thankfully, a lot of it's on the back of the speaker. They're just a bit recessed. They're not a forward speaker in any way. Again, they're 65 hertz, so they don't really get down very low. But why I brought them on the channel for was, and what I wanted to review them for was, is because they're an affordable speaker, or so I thought. £75. These are on eBay for £75. Now again, I wanted to like the speaker. I wanted to love the speaker. The mid-range again is just a bit recessed. The whole sound, the sound that comes out of them, the imaging isn't too bad. I mean, they're a small speaker. I didn't expect much sound stage from them, but there's a little bit. But everything's just a bit recessed. So a lot of speakers are quite forward and in your face, and a lot of people like that. But these, they've got no real, I mean, they weren't going to get punchiness to the bass anyway. They weren't going to get down low, and we knew that because they're 65 hertz. And I've been running them for a while, and a couple of days. And like I said, the conclusion I came to was when I first put them on, I was a little bit, oh, that's sort of a shame, because I was a big fan of Mission. I still do like Missions. Missions are a good brand, I think, especially for the price point that they sell them for. Even now, you can get some real nice ones. Now, the LX1s, I think the LX1s are online for probably about a similar price to these. They're probably like the predecessors of these from 2001. I know there's a few iterations in between, but that's the LX1. I think is sort of like this size sort of thing, this is what you, for your satellites maybe, for a surround sound system, because I know they do a centre speaker and all that. They always have done, I think the Mission ranges have. There's always been a centre and some floor standers and some smaller ones for the rears. I just think these were meant for the satellites, because they're very small. You can put them on a shelf behind you and they're took out of the way quite nicely. Now again, the LX ones, the LX range is probably about about £129 or £149 for the LX1s on Amazon, and about £169, £179 for the LX2s, which are the slightly bigger ones, with like the 5-inch, 6-inch mid-range. I've not really done my research on those. I would like to get some of those on the channel though, to give them a try, because again, I used to love Missions, and I want Missions to do well, because I used to think they were great, and I used to buy Missions all the time. So for these at the moment, with the recessed sound, I mean, the mid-range is there. You're getting sound out the speaker. It's just, against the Wharfdales, which I've been, because they're a very similar size, the Wharfdales just sort of beat these in every sort of aspect. With the imaging, with the sound stage. Don't get me wrong, you're not getting massive sound stage and imaging from the Wharfdales. You do get a better image than these on the Wharfdales, when they're slightly towed in. But just with these, you're just not. I really wanted to like these, and we've had these in the house. I mean, my son's been using these in his bedroom. These are his stereo system. I managed to get these as part of a system. I bought a Sharp mini disc, because like I say, you know I like my mini disc. If you haven't watched the videos of the mini disc, go and have a watch. But again, I like my mini disc sort of stuff. I like the older sort of technologies. So like I say, I bought these as a package deal, £40 off eBay with free postage. I got these, and I got a Sharp mini disc system with a CD player, amplifier and everything. Just a little unit. So for £40. So you're saying, I thought to myself, the unit's going to be worth about £30. So I was getting this for like 10 quid. Say £15 and the unit was £25. But bargain. This was like 3-4 years ago, don't get me wrong. Everything's gone up in price now. It's crazy. But it looks like someone's put these on. I've got a pair of these, 75 quid. I put them on for 75 quid. They cost me twice that back in 2001. So they're worth £75 now. They're not worth £75. And then everybody else has sort of followed suit on eBay. That, oh yeah, okay, he's put them on. You do a search, and what they're going for. So everyone's put these on for £75. £75 for these ones. You can get the LX1s, brand new set of speakers and the new range for probably, I know it's probably double the price at £150 maybe. Maybe, I think they might be £129 sometimes, and they do go on sale on Amazon for the LX1, Mission LX1s. But these were they're just £75. No. The Wharfdales are better than these, and they're £59 for straight off Amazon to your door, Prime, next day delivery. But again, I just wanted to like these, and I'm sort of, it's a bit of a bummer that I didn't like them. They're okay. The lower end on these is a bit, it's not massively responsive. It's not, again, I think I'm really poo-pooing on these, because I think they were just designed for a satellite speaker. I'm not entirely sure. My son loves them. Like I say, my son's got them in his bedroom with a Sharp setup, mini disc player, everything else. And he loves them. He's 13 now, my son is, and he's sort of learning now, because I've always got speakers, I'm always testing this, I'm always doing that. I always have been. And he's sort of learning himself now that, well, can have some better speakers. So if you've noticed on my channel, if you've seen any of my other videos, I get very excited, and I can't get all my words out when it comes to a speaker that I really like, and it's really surprised me. There's no better feeling for me than that. Finding these gems, like I said before. But I just can't get excited about these, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame, because I really wanted to. And I like getting excited. I like finding these great speakers. I love listening to them if they're good. And I think that comes through on my videos. Hopefully it comes through on my videos that when I've like with the Wharfdales and with the Kefs, I was so like on a high. Like I'd won the lottery. Well, I hadn't, trust me. Trust me, I haven't won the lottery. But that's the sort of feeling I get. I'm like, yes, I found a good pair of speakers. Let's get it out there. Let's get everyone else needs to listen to these. Please. But Again, unfortunately, I just couldn't get excited about these. And I really, like I say, I know I keep saying it, I really did want to. Because I like the look of them and I was expecting them to sound as good as they look, if that makes sense. And they sort of let me down a bit. But not in the way that you think. They've just let me down because of the price point. I've actually got some Monitor Audio Bronze 2s. I don't know if they were like the first Bronze 2s. Bookshelf speakers. I love the look of those. The design, I just think they're beautiful. I like Monitor Audio as well. But there's a sort of a little something wrong with them. Maybe, I think. But yeah, fine. Like I say, tune in. It's the 1960s again. Let's tune in. Hit like, subscribe. This is just a quick video. I'm rambling. I'm actually going away next week, so I'm trying to get some videos out there so I can put them on the channel whilst I'm on holiday. Because I think I deserve a break. Yeah, I think I do. Hit the comments section if you think I deserve a break. I'm joking. I'm only kidding. So we've got the Monitor Audios coming on probably next week, maybe the week after. I'm not entirely sure. Got lots to do before we go away. And I also still work as well. So I do this as quickly as I can in my spare time. Again, I don't get paid for any of this. So, missions, £75. They're not what I thought. I honestly did think I'd go on eBay and I'd get a pair of these, 20 quid. To the door, 20 quid. I didn't think people would be buying these. I didn't think Mission M70s are very small. For this sort of price, for £75, you can get a fantastic set of speakers. It's like the Mission 761Is that I tested the other day, far superior to these. I think I'm working out again, because I'm moving my arms around. My watch is saying, oh, workout started. Again, why I'm so slender. So, this isn't worth the £75 price tag that they're putting on it. Again, with the 761Is that I reviewed a few weeks ago, far superior to these. Dual 5-inch cones, not as recessed. They've got some decent imaging, nice soundstage, okay soundstage. They were a little bit flat, but there's some upgrades that you can do to those to make them come alive. And they were £67. Now, don't get me wrong, they were £67 when I bought them 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I can never remember when I bought speakers. I buy so many speakers. The 701s, again, the 701s only cost me £30 18 months ago, 2 years ago. And they were, I think, like I say, everything's just gone up in price. The world we live in, everything's so expensive. Why does it hit the speakers? Why does it hit speakers? I get that fuel's expensive and because of this and because of that. I understand that. But what, don't hit the speakers? Keep the speakers cheap so we can test them and play with them and enjoy them. Anyway. So yeah, listening to these for the last few days, they weren't a set of speakers that I would potentially go back to. I had a lot of speakers on the channel that I thought, I want to listen to those again. These were, I've sort of tested them for a couple of days because I felt like I needed to give them a review. Not because I wanted to. But I think flip side of that coin is, if I could get these for 15 quid, 20 quid, I would be raving about them. Absolutely raving about them. Go and buy them, try and get a pair. 15 quid to your door, £20 to your door. I'd say for 15, £20, pay your £10 postage. So 30 quid maximum I'd pay for these. But I've also had another look on eBay and I found another set with a Denon CD player amplifier, a little micro system with these. I think as a set, if you just wanted the speakers, you could probably put the Denon little MIDI system back online and get 20 quid back for it. So you're only paying about 20 quid for these. But I would say these were a decent little speaker for a small, very small rooms. Like my son's room is very small. It's got like the smallest room in the house, the little box room he's got. And these fill that room absolutely fine and he absolutely loves them. But for £20, absolutely. Like I say, I've put these down at £25 anyway with the system that he's got. So that, I think that was pretty good. It's a bargain. You got the whole thing. You don't have to buy anything else. It even came with speaker cable that when he got his. And I think this Denon one on eBay does as well. So if you can get this package deal, they are worth getting for £20. They're a great little speaker for £20. What can you get for £20 nowadays? Not very much. They're better than a Bluetooth speaker. Let me say that much. If you can get these, not for 75 quid, for 75 quid you can get a flipping fine Bluetooth speaker that does a lot more than just a pair of speakers, just these do. But I don't want to poop all over these too much. because I have had limited time with them. I've only had, like I say, I've probably had about 2 evenings with them, maybe 3 evenings with them to have a good listen to them. But every time I've had to listen to them, like I say, I've not really been brought back to them. But that doesn't mean to say that you might like. I mean, sound is subjective to the individual, to the everyday listener, each person's different, depending on where the speakers are situated, depending on what your hearing's like, depending on what you like with the sound. These could be phenomenal to you. This is just my opinion. All the speakers I review are just my opinion, just how I hear the music and how I want the speaker to sound. And they do produce a half decent sound. Now, when I say that they're not very good and this and they're a bit recessed and all that, they are a bit recessed for their price point. Because they're £75 everywhere. If you can get these for £30, then they're half the price of the Wharfedales. And the Wharfedales are slightly better than these. They're a little bit more refined, a little bit better on the higher end. The bass on the Wharfedales is slightly tighter. These have got sort of like a lazy bass. They're not sort of keeping up. In my opinion, it's a fuzzy. There's not much bass detail. Let me say that the detail that comes from the bass, there isn't a lot of detail there. But was there ever going to be? They were like 130 quid new, 150 pounds new. They were never going to go for that. You're never going to get pinpoint accuracy, with your imaging. You're never going to get a real nice soundstage. Like I say, if you can get this system, and I have seen them, I'll put a picture up to see if I can show you. For $39.99 with a little stereo system, I mean, that's £20 less than the Wharfedales. And all you're getting with the Wharfedales is the speaker, but they are slightly crispier on the high end and a little bit more refined on the bass detail. These are just, I want you to have a listen to them. I might put a sound test on. I don't think it will do very well as a video, but if you have watched this video and if you are looking into them, I mean, I might even hook them up now. I could hook one up just so you can have a listen. I mean, it's not going to do it justice, but you might be able to get a gauge for it. Let me just put it to the video, because like I say, I am going away, and I'm not sort of speeding it, I'm not trying to rush through the video. I just want you to have a listen. I know it's going to be one speaker, but again, the sound test, if I put a sound test of a Mission M70 on, and then you've watched the review and they're saying that they're £75, and I don't think they're worth £75, no one's really going to watch that video. So I don't really see the need to put a video on. So I thought, okay, let's just do it. I'm going to stop rambling. Let me just hook this up and we'll have a quick listen to it now. So I thought I'd just do it part of this video as a new thing. See if it works. See, you've got to try new things. It's a new channel. If you don't like it, we won't do it again. If you do, then maybe we'll incorporate this into some more videos. But people do like the sound test, especially of the bigger speakers, the more fuller speakers, and the ones worth listening to. I mean, these might sound absolutely fantastic when you're listening now. I mean, I'll probably put myself in there. Let's just try a track. Let's try a track. This is royalty-free music, by the way. I don't want to get any strikes and copyright things across my YouTube. I've got plenty with my other things, so we'll try not to do it anymore. I'm learning, I'm growing. Let's try something else. Let's see what else we've got on here. See what I mean? It's just lacking. It's not got the... And again, it's a cheap speaker. It's a cheap... I mean, I shouldn't really be doing a test like this on it. It's just not very forward. They're just sitting back. Does that make sense? It's just... Music should be out here, but it's back here. It's coming across for you. So it's using my mic on this. Flat. Thin. No real dynamics there. There's no real... Just it's just got something missing from the top and the mid-range. But again, it's not. Oh, sorry, I don't. Probably should have rehearsed this more. A few more takes. I can't even get into it. Again, they do produce sound. It's just not very... It doesn't really sound like a true guitar to me, but was it ever going to, you know? Like I say, it wasn't... It's just... They're just a bit flat. It's like missing. It's like all these waves of sound. The peaks and the troughs of the sound and these bits, and it's all spiking. They're just like, cut the top off. Cut the bottom off. Now, don't get me wrong, we weren't doing any bassy tracks there, so you couldn't really tell. But it's just a bit thin and a bit, like I say, they just sound recessed to me here. Again, this is a new thing. I might talk with the speakers. I might do this in the future. I know it's only one speaker. I'll still put a sound test on maybe, but we can talk about the sound and what I mean by it. I think this might work. It might not. I don't know. We'll keep it in this video and see what you think. It's just a newer way, I think. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. But just a newer way of us seeing if. Like I say, if the top's been cut off, there's no real sound stage, there was no dynamics, it's not a forward speaker, it's recessed. So when I'm saying all these things to you, hopefully you can hear what I mean with certain tracks and certain notes and things like that. And if it works, it works. I mean, you tell me. Leave a comment. Subscribe and like. Leave a comment just to see if you think this is going to work. I know it's only one speaker, it's only mono, it's not the best sound. Like I say, I will put a sound test on anyway. But I thought this might work. I'm doing it with these speakers because they're not the best speakers, like I say. I mean, they're coming across okay, maybe. We'll see what they sound like on the mic. But yeah, I thought I'd give this a go. We'll add it to the video, just a small section. And I'll do it a little bit better next time. It's just a tester, like I say. I won't be fiddling around with the phone and trying to stop it and start it. And I want to see if when I'm talking, can you hear me or is the music drowning me out? That sort of thing. So again, please, feel free to leave some comments and see what you think. See if we can do this in the future. I forgot to mention earlier, that's my bad, that obviously they're front ported. I mean, you probably already knew that because you've been watching these and looking at these whilst I've been talking, dribbling and droning on about these speakers. But yes, they are front ported. So when I was positioning them in the room, absolutely no issue whatsoever. They're a very small cabinet, very small footprint, and you can just place them pretty much where you want. I put them right up against the wall. It didn't really make a difference at all. And I've thought to myself, I might just chuck them in the corners, get a bit of that natural room gain for the bass. And it really didn't do anything. Not in its favour anyway. If you're in the market for a smaller speaker, I mean, there's a lot of speakers out there now, and I understand that. And I'm not sure how well this video will do because it's an old M70 from 2001. But I don't really care about that. I wanted to just get them on the channel. And I want to get as many speakers out there as I possibly can. Like I say, I've got some monitor audios on. A little bit of an issue, I think, with them, but I've sort of got around that. And I'll explain that in the review when I do that in a week or so, when I get back from my holiday. So to summarise, for £75 on eBay, I wouldn't bother. If you look on eBay, and £75 to £100 maybe, you can get a fantastic speaker. Like I say, the Missions that I bought before, the 701s were £30, the 761Is was £67, I think. That was with postage. They were £52. I also bought some monitor audio floor standards that I sold recently, actually, to get my other speakers, my newer speakers, the F500s. Some Monitor 3 floor standards, which I love. They were only £85, I think I bought those for. Those Mission 761Is, like I say, that were $39.99 that I put on the post. I put on the video, should I say, when I did that review. They were £40 and they were just far bigger, better, bigger sounding. Had a lot more. I mean, they were, like I say, a flat speaker, sort of, to me. But they had still £40, £75. No brainer. Go with those ones if you're in for Missions. But I mean, there's so many speakers out there. I love the world of speakers. And I love trying to find new speakers. Like I say, the Wharfdales for me stand out. And the Kef, the IQ1s that I did the other day, that holographic sound that they produce was very surprising to me. I didn't expect that from a 15-year-old speaker. I really didn't expect that. And I love looking for these speakers. Every now and again, you are going to get a speaker that's not a gem. that's not, but that's what I'm here for, hopefully. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sift through this stuff. Not every speaker I'm put on the channel is going to be amazing and I'm going to like it. And that's good, I think. But again, music and sound is subjective. So you might like, I don't think you will. If you know speakers and you're looking for speakers and you want to have a listen, best thing to do is go and listen to a few from a shop. Get like a datum line if you like. Go and listen to some newer ones, the LX1s, all that sort of stuff. So you know what sort of sound signature you're going to be getting from that speaker. So you know what Mission's going to sound like. You know what, Monitor Audios are going to sound like. Everything, all of the speakers got a slightly different sort of sound signature than all the brands have. Like Tannoy and, well, Fine Audio. Fine Audio was Tannoy. A few people from Tannoy came over and made Fine Audio and produced Fine Audio. And I love their speakers because I love their sound signature and the direct point source actual driver that they have. Now, again, with the tweeter being at the bottom, I was just a little bit, I even spun them upside down. I put them upside down and I thought, actually, they sound, a little bit better. Just because of the height. I mean, if you've got the correct height on the stands, you won't need to flip them round. If your stands are slightly higher, these will probably be perfect because the tweeter's at the bottom. But for me, my stands are perfect for the speakers I've got at my listing height, and these are a little bit diddy. But yeah, like I say, it was just a quick review. Not really no, it was a review. I want to say it was a review. I've told you what I think about them. I've told you what I like. I do like the design of them. And again, like I say, they come in black. I think they come in black if you can get them online. But I would potentially, if you're looking at a smaller speaker like this, there's a lot out there. Like I say, I do recommend the Wharfdale Diamond. I know it's at the end of the video. I'm coming to the end of the video, by the way. I'm also coming to the end of the video. So I was thinking, I want to try and get some powered speakers. I've never really owned a powered speaker. So you've got the amp and everything, it's all built into it. So I might try and get some loads of it. It's just all about money at the moment. I've got to pay for a holiday that I can't afford. But then when I get back from that holiday and I've spent all my money, we'll try and get some more speakers in. Like I say, I do want to get some Q acoustics in, 3010s, 3020s maybe, depending on price. And I want to get all these cheaper ranges in. I want to try and get a little amplifier as well, maybe a little tube amp. I've got a tube amp myself. A little Dalk audio tube amp, which I love. I mean, I know I do a lot of my testing with that, and a lot of people out there that are into the higher end audio, they might say, well, that's not good enough to test with. But it's what I've got, and it's what I like. I've tested it against lots of different amps, and I still preferred the sound from that valve amp, even though it's not massively expensive. So again, sound is subjective. Again, I'm going to wrap up the video. I can never end these videos. I don't know why I can't just say bye and off I go. There's always something else I want to say at the end. So I think I'm done. So £20, buy a pair. £25, yeah, they're not too bad. £30, they're okay. I'll get them, they're better than a bookshelf speaker. £75, don't bother. Right, that's the summary. Quick bullet point, done. But there's a lot more speakers out there as well. And I'm going to try and get hold of as many pairs as I can and test as many as I can. It's the 4th time I've said I was going to go. But this time, I promise you, I promise, I'm going this time. Unless you want to add anything yourself. Do you want to add anything to the... No? Okay, then that's fine, I'll go. That's fine, I'll go. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, maybe. I wanted, like I said before at the start of this video, about 4 hours ago, it seems like I've been recording for. Like I said before, I really wanted to like these. I really did. And they're not bad. They're just not good for the £75. I mean, let's leave it there. And I'll keep... 5th time I'm saying I'm going goodbye. So hit like. Subscribe. I don't know what that is. But subscribe if you haven't already. And fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm praying. I'll see you in the next video.